Okay, good evening, everyone. Tonight is August 10th of 2015, and our call is going to be on cycling. So a lot of you probably have heard about the cycling, or you've probably seen on your homepage on teambeachbody.com about cycling and how much PV and team volume and just different things like that. You probably never really thought much of it. And honestly, it doesn't mean that much until you get to be emerald and probably even ruby. Probably even not so much emerald, but probably ruby. And honestly, I didn't really understand it that well up until a few months ago, probably just even a month ago, when I started getting more and more bonus cycles. And that's how you make your money, honestly, is off the cycles, because of the bike analogy, I like to call it. Because when you start, you've probably heard me talk about this a million times, but when you start, it's kind of like you're pedaling your own bike. You're really working hard. Like this girl looks like she's pretty much ready to give up, but but you're pedaling your own bike and you're really working hard and you're really trying to sell a lot of challenge packs and trying to build your team. And then here you hit emerald, and then you keep building and building, and then before you know it, you're ruby, and then diamond. And then you're kind of noticing that you're getting bigger paychecks. You're seeing more out of your team. You're seeing leaders leading your team. And so you're not really have to pedal. You're not having to pedal as much anymore, your bike. Your team is doing it for you. They're the ones that are working hard. They're the ones that are growing. They're the ones that are reaching out. You're still selling your challenge packs. You're still hitting Success Club every month, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. But you're seeing more and more, volume, and like I said, pay off of it from your weekly paycheck. So the first thing that you want to do to get PV is to activate your business center. So you are the CEO of your business, and so you should be able to set your goals to get to emerald, which is just only 2 discount coaches under you. And honestly, it's not that hard. So you just need to sell, like Chelsea knows, 2 challenge packs. Whoever's emerald knows you just need 2 challenge packs or 2 discount coaches, and sign them up with Shakeology. So that way they get the Shakeology discount monthly to start making money. And some people will make $100 maybe in one day. Maybe they'll sign up 2 people, and bam, that's pretty much your Shakeology for that month. So like the little diagram says, this is you activated as a coach, and then you have somebody here on your left leg and somebody on your right leg. And that is an active coach. Okay, and so notice this little diagram has 50 PV under each one. So what is PV? It's personal volume, and it is the points that you are getting from your own subscription to Shakeology, or when you sell a challenge pack, or Shakeology on Home Direct, or any transaction that has volume points. So you need at least 50 PV points a month to keep you active as a coach. So this person back here, has 50 PV, and so do the 2 coaches underneath it. So it's probably getting, I'm assuming, the vitamins, because the vitamins, the Activate vitamins are 50 PV. Shakeology is 90. So you'll actually be above your limit, or, above the quote of having, 50 PV, you'll have 90 a month. So you'll be definitely more than active. So as you can see, like I just took a screenshot of the size, and you can see it like down. It's kind of hard to see because it's stretched, but it says like the price, and then it says PV is 90. So the size DVD package has 90 personal volume points. So if you sell that, you'll get some personal volume points, and so will the person that you sold it to. So they'll be active then, as a coach or whatever for that one time. because obviously if you just get just the DVD package, you're not going to be active month to month to month. And then this one up above it, see, that's 45. So each, if you just are curious, just go to the Team Beachbody website and then, go to shop and then look how much PV different things have. Like if you're interested in the performance line, the new Beachbody performance line. And so I'm sure that has like a ton of PV because it's, I think you get like 5 or 6 different things if you are interested in the full stack. Of the performance line. So that probably has a ton, but it's just interesting to see how much PV you get from the different products. Okay, so how to earn team volume. So to earn team volume is simple. You must be adding to your team or growing to your team to cycle. So here's an example of my PV. So this is just on my home screen. This is what shows up, and this is what should show up for you guys. But just recently, I started getting over 1,000 PV a month, which is like a big, huge step for me. Whoops. Which is a big step for me. So as you can see, I have the left leg volume and right leg volume, and those are my volume. And then you have your projected volume and projected PV. So this is what my customers, so this is like, you guys are probably in this and like the other customers, that's how much PV that they are getting off of. And then here is like my team volume. So the people like you guys that are coaches and have people under you, this is what you're getting or I'm getting from you. And what you'll be getting from your coaches. And then here's the left leg volume. It's 180, I think it is. And the right leg is 315. But at Thursday, because it says my projected volume, on Thursday, my projected volume off, from each leg will equal that number on top. Unless somebody cancels or, you get something silly like that. So to cycle, you need to be an active coach. So you need to be getting Shakeology, or you need to have people under you, and you need to have at least 50 PV that you're getting. And so to be active, you need to be either getting the vitamins monthly, or you need to be getting Shakeology monthly to be active. And so that's step number 1. Then you need 200 PV on your right leg and 100 PV on your left leg. So see in the last picture, so see in my left leg, I had 180, and the right leg, I had 315. So I would be cycling then. So that means that you're basically on cruise control, and my team is cycling for me, and that's how you earn extra money. So today I did this little drawing. It's kind of a mess, but I did it on paint, so it's probably not the nicest drawing ever, but probably not going to be compared to Rembrandt or anything like that. But so here's you at the top, and I made it green because let's just say you're emerald. And then you have people on your left leg and you have some on your right leg. And so let's say you're getting 350 PV on your left, and on your right, you're getting 500. So on your left leg, you can subtract 100, which equals 200, and then you can subtract another 100, which is 100. And oops, I did my math really bad because I forgot the 50. But still, you can cycle. You would be cycling about 3 times. You can subtract 100, and then you would be left with 50. So that 50 would just carry over to the next month then. So you can always, it's kind of like, I don't know, if there's an ad on TV, I don't know what cell phone company you guys are through, but it's almost kind of like your data on your cell phone. You can carry over your cycles or your unused PV to the next month. So then on your right leg, you have 500 PV. So then you subtract 200, and then you'd be left with 300. So you could subtract again. So that's actually, see, this is me doing stuff at work. This doesn't work very well. So you'd subtract, so you'd have cycled 3 times on your left leg, and you'd have you've cycled twice on your right leg. So technically you would have cycled 5 times, which is pretty good. So then these are the different cycles. So as an Emerald coach, you would make $14 per cycle, which is awesome because you can still make a lot of money. So even if, you cycle twice or, 3 times, that's still a good chunk of money. And then Ruby is $16 and Diamond is $18 per cycle. And then once you're hitting like Star Diamond, you'll be getting quarterly bonuses, and you'll still be cycling as well. But the quarterly bonuses are up to $2,000. And that's just as a 2-star diamond. So if you go up to like a 5-star diamond, I think they're like $5,000 per quarter. So that's every 4 months you get $5,000 or $2,000, whatever, your rank is. So let's just go back to this beginning picture of you having 50 PV. So let's just kind of review. So first of all, you need to be an active coach. You need to be getting at least 50 PV a month. So that's either with your Shakeology, your personal volume points, your Shakeology, your vitamins. But vitamins are cheaper than Shakeology because you're getting just 50 PV. You're just getting the minimum to be active. And then PV is, of course, personal volume. And that's what you're getting when you have Shakeology on home direct, or you sell a challenge pack, or you're someone on your team sells a challenge pack. And then each item, of course, has the personal volume points on Team BeachBody. And like I said, you can definitely go check those out and see, if you're ever, get burnt out on Shakeology, you could do different things. You could do the BeachBody Performance line or something else, monthly on home direct. So team volume, of course, is when you get to earn your points. And here's my own little team volume homepage from the Coach Online office. And it just shows like how much volume you're making in a month. Your projected PV, or weekly, I should say. Your projected PV is how much you're going to cycle in a week. So that should be the combination. If you'd add up on every, Wednesday or Thursday, if you add up the left leg and the right leg, team volume and all these should equal that number at the top. And then to cycle, like I said, you need 200 PV on your right leg and 100 PV on your left leg. And then don't excuse my horrible math because I was at work and I was supposed to be working, but I wasn't. I was doing BeachBody. But evidently I wasn't doing that very well either because my math was horrible. And then cycling, like I said, Emerald is $14 per cycle. Ruby is $16 and Diamond is $18. And then, once you hit your different ranks, you'll go up. So that was it. It was kind of a short call. But do you guys have any questions? Do you guys understand?
I have a quick question.
Okay.
This is probably a dumb question, but like when you're cycling, like I'm Emerald, and let's say that like once I start to cycle, will I just be like, for the example that you gave where the one side is like cycling 2 times and the other side 2 times, will you just get like the $14 each week, or does it like all come at once, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's just each week. So it depends on how much you cycle. So if you cycled, say twice, so then, you'd get, 14 times 2 is 28. So you'd get $28. And it doesn't seem like a lot at first.
Right.
But lately, like my cycles have been $55, $54 per time. And so that's, that's quite a bit. I mean, that's a lot. That's about half, about not a little less than half of my paycheck, because my paycheck is about $125 a week or so to $150. And so that's, right around, a little less than half of my paycheck. So, but yeah, so like you definitely want to be cycling once you get there to that point. And it's nothing that you can do personally. It's just more about growing your team. And it's something you don't have to worry about, like when you're emerald too much, or, you're just a discount coach or whatever. But it's something that I wish I would have understood a little bit better in the beginning. And it definitely takes time to understand it, because I didn't really understand it until it started happening to me. And I started noticing, oh, hey, you can click on your weekly commissions, and then you can click on your paycheck and then see what, like, a breakdown of what it's from. Like, say, oh, here's $40 from a commission sale, or here's $30 from your Shakeology. And so you have, see, I'm just going to mute. Okay. Anyway, you have that option to see, what you're getting, each week from your commissions or from your PV. And so, like I said, it definitely takes time. It's something that I wish I would have understood right away.
Okay, thank you. That helps.
Yeah. Is that everything? Did anybody else have any questions? I know it was kind of quick and it was kind of a rush slideshow, but. Okay, if not, I will stop the share. Does anybody else, did you guys need help with anything, or how's everything going otherwise?
It's going okay.
Okay.
Slowly but surely.